call law, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom to the house of David, the 144,000, the Church of the Saints, and the 1/3 men, women, children, part of the elect of the 12 tribes of Israel, Israelites that are scattered, and Israelites that are scattered as part of the fold, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, scattered in the four corners of the earth. Basically, this is big news, man. Israeli rockets hits military airport near Syria capital. They said he was bringing out Whitney Houston. She went over there, and she knew she was a real Jew, and they wasn't. So this is really, really big news, man. This whole war is about to escalate.
Our top story for this half hour. Syrian military sources say Israel has launched rocket attacks targeting a military airport near the Syrian capital Damascus. The ground-to-ground missiles were reportedly launched from inside the occupied territories.
The United States already said, don't fuck with Syria. I'm sorry, Russia. Russia said that. Don't fuck with Syria. And here it is, Israel, which America's Israel's bitch. This third world war is about to pop off, man. Don't you think this is a joke, it's a game?
And hit Mazeh airport west of Damascus. The rockets triggered a fire, but no casualties have been reported so far. The Israeli military has not commented on the report. It was the second such attack by Israel over the past week. On November the 30th, Israeli jets fired 2 missiles from Lebanese airspace towards the outskirts of Damascus. For more on that story, we're now joined by our correspondent, Muhammad Ali, who's with us from the Syrian capital, Damascus. Muhammad, always questionable timing in these attacks carried out by the Israeli regime, most notably over the past weeks, where the Syrian armed forces have been making major gains against the terrorists in the country.
Yes, exactly. The General Command of the Syrian Army and Armed Forces said in a statement that Israel launched at 3 a.m. Damascus time several ground-to-ground rockets that hit the perimeter, actually, at the vicinity of the Al-Mazeh airport in Damascus, causing no casualties, according to the Syrian army, but it triggered fire in the area. Now, according to this statement, the Syrian army went on to say that this attack comes in the framework of the desperate attempts of Israel to boost the morale, the collapsing morale of the terrorist groups. At this timing, we know that the Syrian army currently is advancing more and more in many parts of the country, mainly in the city of Aleppo, the eastern parts of Aleppo, almost taking control of the entire city, and also in Damascus countryside, where the Syrian army forced many terrorists in several areas like Khan al-Sheikh, which is close to the occupied areas, Israeli occupied areas, and other areas like El-Tel, to leave towards Idlib, which makes the Syrian army in control of more and more areas around Damascus city. And this is a very important and strategic advance for the Syrian army. So definitely the timing is very important. And we've seen also that while those deals were happening around Damascus, securing more areas, there was also previously an attack on the 30th of last month by Israel, also a similar attack on Al-Sabura area.
They keep fucking around.
Well, over the course of the war on Syria, we've seen the Israeli regime give various means of support to terrorists in Syria. Now that mostly in Aleppo, the militants in Syria and terrorists are on the cusp of defeat, do you think that you're expecting to see more defiant acts from the Israeli regime?
Of course.
Well, we have seen during the past couple of years that when the Syrian army advances, we see more support coming for the particularly for the Al-Nusra front from Israel. Now, according to...
And you fucking with Syria, Russia's going to get involved. And America backs Israel up. That's how there's going to be Russia and America going to go head up, man.
The Syrian army, we've seen a lot of also support coming to those terrorists. For example, those terrorists of the Al-Nusra front have been getting during the unrest a lot of Israeli-made weapons and also ammunition. We've seen that on the ground while we were covering the army advances as Press TV team in Al-Qunaytra countryside and other areas. So we are expecting, according to many experts, that while those terrorists are collapsing and being defeated, we could be seeing more and more support, unfortunately, by Israel terrorist groups on the southern fronts of the country of Syria, mainly in Daraa countryside, close to the Al-Qunaytra countryside over there, to make up for the losses that those terrorists are suffering in the north of the country.
Thank you very much, Mohammed.